Hello. Um, so I'm again doing pretty good. Not too bad. Um, just same. Schoolwork, work. Practicing. Um, just and then maybe trying to chill out every now and then. Um, of lately, I think just getting ready for another recording session with the Wind Symphony. So I've been practicing for that. Got a midterm coming up. Been studying. Okay, other than that, nothing really much. Okay, so from the Renaissance Aesthetics assignment, um, the Renaissance poetry, music, and art. Well, the poetry was sometimes dealt with like Greek mythology. Sometimes they were talking about love, the afterlife, stuff like that. Pretty like optimistic poems, I guess. I wouldn't say they're necessarily happy or sad. Um, the art was more interesting. I liked it a lot more than actually than the medieval art. Um, it's much more real. Like there's a lot more going on in the paintings. There's a lot of shading detail. Um, there's like kind of story to the painting now. Um, Usually dealt with something religious, usually pretty serious. There's a lot of strong emotions usually shown in the paintings. Okay, and the music was good. Yeah, it actually showed some of the songs actually showed time signatures, which is a big step up from medieval times. Um, it had a lot of just really pure sounding, no dissonant sounds, nice polyphony. The singing line, all the examples had singing, no instruments, but all the singing lines were really independent. Like they weren't very together at all, um, which is also different from the medieval music. Um, the singing was also really melismatic. Um, they weren't changing every note for every syllable. They were continuing the note for every um, whatever they were pronunciating. Okay, and so how is it different from? I think medieval is what it's supposed to say. Um, the art was the Renaissance arts was very different because the medieval art was just had a lot of intricate patterns, designs, shapes, and stuff. A lot of colors, usually bright colors. The people in them were not very real like, but they weren't bad paintings. Um, the poetry in medieval times was I think more serious and also talking usually about religious things. Mm. And the music from the medieval era was of course it wasn't really metered much, so the tempo wasn't always really consistent. However, in Renaissance music it was much more consistent. um, the singing lines, I would say, as I mentioned, they're more independent in the Renaissance time than they were in the medieval times. In medieval, it seems like there was a lot of just multiple voices moving together at once. And the okay, um, some works that stood out. I have to look at the names, but one of them that I liked, I think you say how it's pronounced. The composer was Ogecum. Ogecum, I think, and Misa Mimi or Misa Mimi is the name of the piece. I like that piece. I thought it stood out because there was four examples. This example, it sounded not as bright. I wouldn't say not as happy, but not as bright as the others. It sounded really nice though. I liked it. It stood out to me, and also the first one was very nice by Josquin. Qui Habitat, I guess. Yeah, that one was also very nice. Really nice polyphony in there. The voices singing together were really nice. And yes, I actually do like all the poetry and art and music from the Renaissance time. I think I like it a bit more than the medieval times. It seems to just really develop a lot during this time. Things tend to get really more I don't know, a lot more emotions get starting to put into art and poetry and music compared to before. So it's really nice to see some individual expression in all those. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay, thank you.